Hello everyone, how you doing today? I haven't had a whole lot of time to work on stuff, but I did kind of build this little tanky thing. Um, Kind of ugly. I could think of some modifications I wouldn't mind doing to it, but it works. It was used in the live stream some, and yeah, I think for a medium tank being pretty cheap. A non-shielded tank, I will say, for Reforged Eden, it seems to work okay. Now, I'm not in Reforged Eden right now, and I just wanted to see how it came out not being in Reforged Eden, and it looks like it works there too, but it's not utilizing even close to the CPU that it has available. Um, I don't believe I could drop it down a CPU tier because it would be over 12,000. Um, Yeah, 18,000. So yeah, it kind of fits in between like a couple tier categories. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'll release this one or not. I've got all these other things too, but I don't really have a tank for the Skaar in this class range. I've got like the bigger T4 tank and not really any other tanks. And this is sort of I don't know. I guess a T3, I suppose, the way it sits. I have been working on the Cerberus a little bit more here and there. Now, I've got a bit of a dilemma on this ship, and it's driving me nuts. Um, what's going on is I really, really wanted to keep this a size class 7. I'm still at 7, but barely. Um, at 746 right now. Now I've been adding in LCDs and stuff and trying to like detail stuff, and there's more I could do with detailing in places, like get a little bit more on the bridge, and I kind of wanted, rather than one light, I wouldn't mind having a couple lights, things like that. But it's I'm so tight with size class right now that it's driving me bonkers. Like if I were to do this upright with detail, I would have to bring it up to size class 8. And I said I did not want to do that. I said I was going to cap it at 7, and it's still 7. Yeah, another dilemma I got too. I'm desperately trying to figure out where the heck I'm going to put in some. I got to put in 4 more LCDs so I can get these displays up for these other storage bins. But I'm gonna have to get creative and figure out where the heck I can mount these things. I kind of cheated with these here, and I stuck one over there and one over here, kind of in dead spots. But I don't have any more wall space free unless I get rid of my little trimmy things over there. And I actually wanted to add more trim because I wanted to make it more detailed across the front of these constructors. And tweak out stuff. I haven't added in switches for the grow plots yet, or any deco or anything in here. But the reason why is that it's that size class. Another thing I haven't done too is these new areas of the ship here. I haven't even put it in single light. And here's what's going on. Like if we take a look at the size class, I'm at 746. Like if I add in a light, we'll just here put something like right there. We got a light. That's just one light. Now I'm at 748. If I add a light in on the other side, the same spot, where I think that was somewhere around here. Well, that's temporary anyway, but now we hit size class 8. And it's just like that. Literally, that's how the lights, I mean, take up so much size class. It's kind of ridiculous. Um, So other things, I could remove some pipes and things. I guess it doesn't need the round blocks here. I could try to pull that stuff out, just out of curiosity's sake. What would I first? So I did build these out of carbon here too. Carbon's a little cheaper than combat blocks for size class as well. Let's say I removed the piping here. I'm at 748 again. So by removing those pipes, it gives me the choice to add in another light. Um, it can be done. I guess it doesn't need that. I'm just curious if anybody cares that much whether it's size class 7 or 8. because I know I'm gonna have to make all these little compromises all over the place and other rooms, and like I don't have my LCD directory up here yet. I don't have any sensors in the ship for turning on the lights or opening up the hangar door or any of that. And everything I add is gonna just ramp that size class up quite a bit. This top room here too, I wanted to add a lot more stuff in here, make it a lot more lively, and I got all this dead space that in my opinion, I should do something with it, and I wanted to get some prison cells and stuff in here and weird stuff like that. And I haven't added any furnishings in this room yet either. So I'm in a mess trying to keep to my word of keeping it size class 7, and it's kind of putting a damper on things. So I just wanted to ask you guys, would you care if I redigged what I said and went to size class 8 on it? Would it really make much of a difference? If I had size class 8, if I had that full size class, I think I should be able to finish all areas of the ship and detail them properly and get in some more lights where I think it needs some lights, and just more stuff to look at. Now I did tweak out the engineering area some more. Um, Little things, added a little deco here and some stuff on the ceiling and some more little decos there and some more textures and a thingy over the warp drive and stuff like that. So I'm trying to get it to a nice and detailed state, and I'm trying to avoid dead areas. I'm sort of leaving this section open over here in case a player wants to add more fuel tanks to it. Size class is not an issue, so it's not really a thing there. I'm sorry. I meant CPU. CPU is not an issue. Size class is my issue. And there's all kinds of like little trim stuff all over the place that I'm putting into, like little pipes here and stuff like that there, and everything just all this stuff just ramps the size class so quickly. I should have known. I should have never said I was gonna try to keep this size class 7. I thought I could, though. I really thought I could. What didn't help, though, is like I added in other sections of the ship, like this area. Now you can walk in. This didn't used to exist here. It used to just kind of end over here. But by adding those extra rooms and trying to give you space to walk into these thrusters or these those housings, it ramps that up. And I could even do more with this if I really wanted to. Out over here, technically, it's tight, but I think if I could dig into here and literally build in like a little room, I think in this section here as well, if I really wanted to. But there's not really any way I could have a player get all the way down in the front legs, because there's just too many big thrusters in there. And it's got some open space, though. It does. I mean, I haven't even filled this area in yet. So yeah, I don't know. I'll wait on what you guys say on size class. I mean, I can make it work either way. I could get rid of some more little detail things and kind of like, give and take policy, I guess. And here's an issue too. Some of these blocks, like for instance, this block here, these blocks, which here I'll show you on the list what it is. This block here, I love this block. I really do. It works out very handy for doing like some piping stuff, but then you got the flat surface. You can keep the interior all nice and neat. And you would think by looking at the block, versus a full cylinder, that this one would be less size class intensive because it should be less polygons, right? It's a half circle versus a full circle, right? But it's not. It's like almost 4 times as much. And it drives me nuts because I want to use this block more than I do, but it's however it was built, in comparison to this one or whatever, it's a size class sponge. It's just like one of the worst blocks to put on. Like for instance, okay, so we're at 748. Let's add one of these. I'm at 749. One more of these. Now we hit size class 8. Just like that. In comparison, if I were just to put in a block, let's put in 2 of those. Oh, 749. Wow. 4 of those. 6 of these. Oh, ah! Right buttons. Okay, there's 9. So literally, by using a more decorative block, it costs size class wise, which I could have added all these blocks and ended up at the same spot. And that's basically the ratio of it. And I'm not real sure why. I know the one has a higher polygon versus this, but it's I brought this same issue up with this block in the past too. I thought it was bugged. I thought it needed work. It looks nice, but so it doesn't have any like weird issues with textures or weird anomalies on the actual object, but it's for some reason it's insanely high size class. So I've got like one over here. So what I could do is like remove it, and I'll say I just put in. Well, that looks ugly too, doesn't it? I don't even know. That won't work with this either. Nicely. Or I could just put in a regular cylinder. Like, okay, so I took out that one, and I'll take out the one on the opposite side. And I think those are the only 2 I'm using here. The rest of these are just cylinders. I wanted to use the other block here, too, trust me. Except they're too darn expensive. So we're at 747. But this is the kind of thing, this is the only thing I can really think of doing to try to keep this at size class 7. But I don't like a lot of these changes either. I mean, say I did something like that there. Oh, yeah, actually wrong one there. Let's put in this. Oops. Like that. So by making those changes, I dropped it down a couple ticks on the size class, which would allow me to put in a couple lights. So that's kind of what I've been doing as a give and take thing. I got to like cut stuff or cut detail. I had some pipes up in this area that kind of ran up by the nose. I removed those. I removed some of this trim stuff I had around the front over here to try to get rid of some size class. Maybe I removed these antennas, stuff like that. Anyway, that's kind of where I'm at now. I am planning on releasing this Sunday, so I know I didn't release anything this week at all. I haven't really put a lot of time into Empyrion this week. I built that and did the live stream, and kind of here and there been kind of trying to get this thing finished up. But I was a little annoyed at my issue with the size class and how much more detail I know I could add if I had another size class in there. Just all kinds of stuff, from little LCDs to this and that, and better lighting and whatever, little deco things. But it's all insignificant. Oh, and I also wanted to kind of rebuild part of this roof here too and get some more detail in there. But by changing the blocks around, would probably also ramp the size class up some more. So that's my whole thing. Just complaining about size class. Yep. I wanted it to be 7, not 8, but I'm thinking it's doable at 7. It's just it won't be as nice as it could have been, is the point. But it is certainly doable. I mean, I think that just gave me enough. Even what I did there gave me enough room to keep these lights in this back area. So I at least got one light bulb, in these rooms, which is helpful. I might have enough size class left over to add the sensors I would need and another LCD. Well, actually, I put that in place yet for a directory LCD for the floors. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that's where I'm at, and I know I've got those. I got those bazillions of SVs for the Skaar too. Pretty soon I'll try to dive into one of those and get one of those ready too. And I still have not been back to deal with the bike challenge or Excalibur's this month's challenge for building a bike. I started that one thing, but it had fake wheels on it, and I think it was kind of unanimous. Don't do that, and I'm in agreement with that. So I'll have to start again with something else. I'm kind of lacking ideas right now. I built that other bike recently, and that was kind of my neat idea that I had for like a bike with like three little thingies, and now it's just like, oh man, now build another one, and it's like I don't even know what to do. I don't even know what to do with it. I thought about just building something kind of ridiculous that wouldn't work in game just for looks, like big scaled up like bike of some kind. Um, that would, hopefully look like a bike, but wouldn't be usable in game. Sort of looking like a bike, but that's not really my thing either. I don't normally want to do that kind of thing. So I don't know. I'll think some more on that and see if I can come up with anything more interesting for the challenge. I probably need to start on that pretty soon too. But yeah, that's all I have for today. I just wanted to kind of get it out there. I know I talked about making some tutorial videos. Maybe I will start that next week. I haven't really got to it this week. I kind of wanted. I've been kind of thinking about a format and what I want to cover and what to show people, especially new players. I think I would probably want to cover like how to build your first HV and your first SV and stuff like that, and go over the flight model a little bit on how that works and the weights and volumes, and just kind of start really easy and then just keep on coming out with some videos that kind of take it, like cover another topic with building, and then of course eventually getting into all the stuff that I've tried to cover before, which is like block work and textures and colors and things like that, which is your end stuff. But you first got to know how to build functional ships and vehicles and things in the game that are going to work for you, depending on what you like and that kind of stuff. So anyway, y'all have yourself a good weekend. I will see you later.